Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influence's interest on YouTube. What's going on, people? This is Influence, and welcome back to a Throwback Thursday, a very special Throwback Thursday for me. Just because if you don't know what's sitting in front of you, your childhood sucked. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking with you. This is the Toybiz Marvel superheroes. They came out in 1990. I believe it's 1990 when they came out. And this is the very first with a SH. This is the very first action figure line that I actually bought with collecting in mind and not just playing with it. So 1990 was like, I think I was collecting comics then, and it was the height of my comic book collection. Like the height of my collecting, not collection. These came out. I remember my boy, he was big on these, so he got me into them. He got me into everything, collecting. You know, you may see him on Miles cast, Greg or Anarchy. That's my dude, and he turned me on to a lot of comic book stuff. He turned me on to these. I wonder if he has some. I'm going to ask him probably when I get done here. I wonder how many he still has, if he has any. But anyway, I got these with collecting in mind, but my dumb ass, as soon as I got them, I opened them and put them in plastic. Like that was going to increase their value. I mean, I don't know how valuable they are now. I haven't really looked to see how much they're worth for anything. But it was just funny to me at the time. Like I immediately opened them. Like I wasn't cognizant of the fact that on-card stuff is more valuable in the box than out the box. I was like, oh, I got to protect these. It's not protected in this plastic box that's glued to this cardboard. It's not protected. It is. I need to put it in plastic. like it was like comic book sleeves that I put it in, and I wrote the name. You can see it. Well, I don't know if you can see that, but it says Daredevil because that's his sleeve that I have in it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking back then. I wasn't the brightest tool, probably. Not when it came to this stuff. But anyway, let's get into it. They had many more to come. I think they acquired the licensing of DC and Star Wars, I believe. Don't quote me. I know Pixel Dan does, if you know Pixel Dan, or if you don't, maybe I'll leave a link in the description for his channel. I know a lot of collectors watch Pixel Dan and know what he's about. But he does a great retrospective on all of Toybiz's Marvel superheroes. Goes through a lot. I'm not going to get that deep. You know me, on Throwback Thursday, I go over I show some toys that mean something to me that are old or older, and just mostly Transformers. But sometimes you have something like this, and that's why I said it's special. So each one of these came out. They were pretty great for the time. I mean, articulation wasn't the greatest. It feels like this is going to break, but it's tight articulation. They do feel gummy and greasy. I'm not sure if that's just from over time. Maybe they've been through the war. They've been through the melting. I haven't had them out of these. These are so old, and the bags and everything are yellowing. I haven't had it out of the bags in years, so I probably should maybe wipe these off. But they don't look bad. They don't look like they're deteriorating any. Maybe that's the first sign. Somebody can let me know. But they all had action features. You had Daredevil. It was much to be desired for the face sculpt, but at the time, again, like I said, it was great. They all had action features. Daredevil had this grapple hook because let me see. It was working. Who doesn't like a grappling hook? Okay. Oh, I think the string was in there. So let's see. Okay, it's not working today. It was working like 10 minutes ago, and I probably broke it now. There we go. There we go. I pushed it too far. So you just need to yeah, I had it too far in. I guess you push it too far in, it won't work. But yeah, had a short little cord, and it worked pretty well. The only weird thing is that he held it like this. So I don't know how much that was going to help him climb buildings. Maybe it was designed to be held like this underneath. I don't know. And for him to hang and swing, but he did that. They also were weird in the leg area. Their legs like came together, so it was hard for them to stand up. I'm surprised these guys haven't fallen yet. I did put it on the backer board, but so let's get him out of the way. So then you had Hulk again, something to be desired, and they all had action features. His was he had a couple action features, so he could do this with his arms, and then you pull this, and he bends this bar. You know, the metal bar he's bending. This is just made out of some plastic, of course, like you didn't know that. But then he had this rock that you put in between his hands, and he didn't hold it really well. So you had to pull it already. Pull it up. Okay, it's not working. And then he crushed it. And I don't want to pull this too hard because it's going to break, and I don't want to break it. But if you see this rock, it crushes. It had a little hole here to let the air in and out. So you could crush the rock, and then it would go back to being a rock. So yeah, again, the articulation was weird. The legs didn't go up, went up. Well, they supposed to go up that far, but he's stuck right there. Like, I'm not forcing that anymore. But paint's still pretty good on these. These are, I mean, what did it say back there? 1990 for sure. Marvel. Yeah, so I think I showed the face sculpt. He looked pretty weird. Incredible Hulk. Then you had Spider-Man here. You see his face was definitely not great at all. He looked kind of weird. Looked like Venom's taking over. And he has suction cups, and they're still sticky. They're still pretty sticky. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're supposed to be sticky, if that's them in the process of deteriorating or not. But it's still sticky. Again, his legs weren't that bad. His articulation wasn't. They all had basically the same articulation. But his paint's still good. Like I said, this is the first time I've handled them since 1990, probably. And he had this thing that was made out of sticky plastic, so you could stick it on. Let me see. And there you go. It's stuck on. So yeah, that was him in a nutshell. Then you had Dr. Doom. He was probably one of my favorites. I actually like his face sculpt. I think it looks kind of menacing and looks like Dr. Doom would look. He had this thing where you put the drill there, and he had a little button in the back that you did like that. And then there's a little button here that you can hold, and you spun him around. Now the drill always did this. It was supposed to stay up. So it was like a drill, like his hand was a drill. And I can't remember if he ever did that in the comic, but maybe so. Yeah, that was it. It had a little cloth cape. So this is probably one of the first like halfway decent capes that were cloth, made of cloth. Besides, I mean, Amigos, but there were different things. His feet don't seem too bad either. Maybe that's why he was standing up pretty well and speak. Okay, he's not. So let's lay these over here. Then we had Doc Ock. Doc Ock really captured the comic book to me. It was a weird head sculpt. I mean, it's a comic book. It looked like an old school comic book head sculpt. Like how he looked back in the day. His suit and everything. And he had these arms. His action feature was basically these arms. Worked pretty well. It was pretty cool. You could actually suspend him from these arms. and have him walking like he did. And it was like the bendy arms. I believe they might have been some of the first. And if you can see, you can have him walking. You can even have him grab something and have him suspended while he grabs Spider-Man by the arm. So he has that. I don't know if he could grab him up. Yeah, so you could do that. You see it's pretty strong. It's just a bendy wire that they started using, and I think they started using after that with a lot of different things. Yeah, that was it. And then one of my all-time favorites next to Dr. Doom, or maybe before Dr. Doom, was Silver Surfer. I always was a fan of Silver Surfer, the character. Used to read some of the comics. I didn't know. He didn't do much to me, but I always liked his story, his art, you know, being a servant of Galactus and all of that. But he came with the surfboard, and I always liked the surfboard, and it was action. I don't even know if this, oh, it does work a little bit. If you see it has wheels, it's one of them pull back things. Yeah, there we go. And here we go riding. I don't know if you can go more. Yeah, there you go. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, his feet just went in there. Like under, it was smaller than his feet, so he just stuffed his feet in there. It did cause some paint scrapage up here. That's always been there because I always put them in the surfboard. But yeah, this is basically it. And I like this figure a lot just because, again, I like Silver Surfer, and I like that it came with a big surfboard. So yeah, that's that. That was basically the figures that I had in a nutshell. There were plenty of figures. I'm not standing all these up, so let's just move them over. I'm gonna put them away when I get done. This was Throwback Thursday for today. Was Toybiz's Marvel figures. There's not much more to say, but I really liked these figures when they first came out. And I thought I had a major collector's item on my hands. And maybe I did, but they released so many that they're probably not worth anything. But maybe people, they're worth whatever they're worth to you. So if you remember the Toybiz Marvel characters or any of them, the DCs, let me know in the comment section. I'm interested to know. And check out the link to Pixel Dan's page. What's going on? Dr. Doom is moving. He's trying to get out of here. Yeah. So check out that link to Pixel Dan. I'm going to leave it in the description because he goes through like the history and everything. And I think it's a really good comprehensive history of these figures. All right. Until next time, I will get up with you guys in another video. Peace.
Ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. Life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want it.